This morning, I'm going to interview Miss Jenna Brown, who is my business partner. But let's start with Jenna. Tell us how you found Digital Growth Community and what interested you and how you got started.
Okay, so I found the digital growth community through my friend Justine. She was in a MLM that I was a part of, and she had posted how she had earned, I think it was like $14,000 within the first 6 weeks, was what she had posted on Facebook. And she said that she, had barely spent any time on Facebook anymore, that all she was doing was creating content in 2 hours a day. And I was like, oh, that sounds fabulous, right? And the more I was looking at it, not only was like, that sounds great that I can just work 2 hours a day creating content, but I was really interested in it because I wanted to learn how to get my travel business out and teach people about, becoming a travel agent and how they can start their own travel business. And so I knew I had to create content to do that. And I had no idea how. And I said, well, this program could teach me how to do that. And I can also earn $900 every time I resell the program. So it seemed like a win-win for me.
Excellent.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah. So when you started this business, as your business partners for listening, did you talk first, or did you just have complete faith, jump in and said, let's get going?
With Justine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't understand you. You were cutting out. I did. I asked Justine a crap ton of questions, which, looking back, if I had just watched Michelle's video, because I refused to give my email address to Justine, we find in our business now that people are very hesitant to give their email addresses. Had I just watched the video that was in her funnel, all of those questions would have been answered for me. But I didn't, and I was stubborn. And so I asked Justine all these questions, all the things. And even though the main thing I was looking for was a community or a space to talk about how it's helped their other businesses, not just about how the DGC they're able to resell it and make a bunch of money. I wanted to know more about who has used it to further another business. And unfortunately, that's not discussed in our community very often. We do talk about like how people have created digital products based on the training or whatever, but it's not really talked about to an extent that I had hoped it was, but I still decided to jump in anyway. And I have learned an incredible amount about creating content and publishing, that's not the word I'm looking for, and doing digital marketing as a way to build a business.
And so would you say that you learned 90% of everything that you're applying to your travel business right now? Or did you already have a certain expertise and this built it up? So tell us the division.
Ooh, that's a tough question. So I knew what I was supposed to do. I knew that I had to create content, but I didn't know how to create content. And I didn't know how to create content that converted into sales and into becoming a travel business owner. And so I have applied a lot of what I've learned, especially like with hooks and actually creating the content, grabbing attention. I've tried to implement all of that I have learned from the program. If I don't keep getting sidetracked with other things, but yes, I would say 90% of what I have implemented has been through the program. I do want to point out one thing, because it is the travel business that I'm a part of. It does have a network marketing component to it. And one thing that I really hated about that was constantly reaching out to people to ask them if they wanted to join the business. Like, I don't like that. That's why I've never done really well with MLM. I also hated following up to people, dropping in their DMs constantly and like, hey, did you have a chance to look at that video yet? Hey, there's a Zoom meeting 10 times a week. Do you want to watch any of them? Like, I hated doing that. And so through the digital marketing program, it taught me how to create the funnel so that people can just go to the website and can see all of that information without me having to send them DMs. And once they get entered into my email marketing campaign, I'm able to send out emails automatically to everybody that's on the list instead of sending them a DM like, hey, don't forget there's a Zoom meeting. And because 90% of the time I forget there's a Zoom meeting, and so I can set it up beforehand through the emails and send it out and not like set it up automatically and not have to worry about it going out.
And so have you seen an increase in the number of people who have, one, either become travel agents with you, or two, started their own network marketing to build other agencies?
I've had a lot of people come through my funnel and into my website to learn more about becoming travel agents. There have been people that have joined under me technically that I have never even spoken to, which before was unheard of. So that is incredible. And there have been other people that have reached out to me that are like, hey, I love how easy that system makes it as a network marketer, and to be able to implement the funnel and the emails and the website alone. And so I've had quite a few people reach out to me and say they wanted to implement that in their own network marketing.
So that's really encouraging, though, that they're not just like me. I don't want to do anything but resell the package, but they're interested in buying the package and applying it to their business to expand their current business, right, which is one of our customer base has been all along. So you mentioned something about content that you didn't know necessarily how to make content. Talk to us about the layout of content and what it should look like when we put it out there in the public.
Okay, well, first, content should be one of three things. It should be educational, it should be inspiring, or it should be entertaining. And so if you're not one of those three things, you're not providing any value to your viewers and you're not going to get views. So educational, inspiring, or entertaining. Those are the three things that it needs to be. But you need to have a hook. And I didn't even understand the concept of a hook prior to coming into this program. A hook is what grabs your attention within that first 3-ish seconds so they don't keep scrolling by. And I didn't know how to create hooks to get people interested. I thought I would just put my smiling face up there and people would be like, oh, cool, I want to listen to her. And that's not the case. And so you have to have a hook. You have to provide whatever that value is, the education, the inspiration, or the entertainment. And then you have to have a call to action. So whether it's, hey, just comment below, or it's go to my website, or it's tell me whatever it is you want to tell me, answer the question, there has to be a call to action. And I was not participating in that either when I created content. So those are the three main things that your content needs to have in order to be quality. So that's definitely important. And I learned all that through our program.
Yeah, that's definitely what we learned. I say it a little bit differently than you. Educational, entertaining, or encouraging. It's easy for me to remember. It's supposed to be 3 E's: encouraging, educational, entertainment. But inspiring or encouraging are pretty much the same. So, and the hook is so important. Tell us why you think the hook is important, and I'll tell you why I think the hook is important.
I mean, hook gets attention.
I'm sorry, not the hook, the call to action.
The action?
Call to action.
Well, without the call to action, you're not gonna get action. So if you don't tell people, hey, you have to comment, if you don't tell people, do this, people like being instructed. And so if you're not giving them instructions, they're not going to do anything, which I just assumed people would do what they wanted to do, but that's not the case.
It's that next step. People say, okay, well, that's interesting. What do I do now? And that's one of the things that I found interesting in the digital growth community. The educational packages you go through, when you finish a video, it tells you go do this and then do this. And so you don't have to think, oh, okay, well, I've got all this information now. Now, what do I do with it? They tell you each and every step, and it just kind of follows the layout of the content that we're putting out. You've got to grab somebody's attention, give them educational information or entertainment, and then tell them what to do next. Some of the people need to know, okay, that's all well and good. What do I do next? So
Right.
that's a valuable. You talked about Justine and you both being in the same email. Did you have a bunch of followers then when you started this business? And does somebody need a bunch of followers to get started?
Great question. So I did have a lot of followers on Facebook. I have grown a lot of friends. I have had a lot of connections on Facebook, but a lot of them are friends and family. And so I did not want to, I felt like I had been badgering my friends and families with the different network marketing companies, with the travel, just with all the things that I've done. And I didn't want to keep badgering them. So I thought, well, why not start something completely from scratch? And so Facebook does not like you starting another account. Like Facebook is not okay with you having two accounts. But on TikTok, you can create as many accounts as you want. Same with Instagram. You can create as many accounts as you want. And so I was like, well, let's try TikTok. We don't have any friends and family. You can choose to not invite friends, like to connect your known people, your friends, whatever, to your TikTok. And then I figured if we're starting from scratch, we can prove like, hey, this is possible to do without without having a following already, without having that whole audience. And TikTok is also a great place that you get organic reach very easily, as where Facebook and Instagram, if you don't have that following, you're not going to get views and followers. And so TikTok allowed us to grow. I think your account just reached 5,000 this morning, something like that, which is pretty awesome. Which I think gives you the access to become an affiliate for TikTok Shop. So keep that in mind. We'll talk about that later. But so it allowed us to have that organic reach without badgering friends and family. And when I say badgering, it's like we're not even badgering because we're just creating content, and they can choose to enjoy that content or not, instead of being annoying. We're attracting people that we want to attract, as opposed to just they're supporting us because they're our friend or our family.
And so if we're on TikTok and attracting organically, where do these people come from? Is it just the people in the state we live in, or where do all these people come
from? Do you mean like TikTok is a global thing, so anybody that has TikTok can see it. Primarily, though, you're going to be connected with things that you have in common with people. So it's kind of part of the algorithm that if you're always searching for ways to make money online, then you'll get connected with people that are also searching for ways to make money online. Or there are ways that you can like set your location whenever you post a video. And so a lot of times that'll get connected to people that are also in the same location. But you have that ability to go viral and to reach all the different countries around the world. Unfortunately, obviously, if they don't speak English, they're probably not going to find value in my content. So there is that.
Okay, so that's good to know. So it could be a global business. Was the word I was looking for.
Oh, yeah, for sure, because there's no like restrictions on what country you're allowed to sell in or anything like that, because technically you're just selling another person's business. Like it's you don't need an LLC. You don't have to have all those like tax restrictions when selling the program. Now, when it comes to like paying your taxes, that's a whole different thing. But as far as like being restricted because of those You're not restricted to sell to any country. But again, the program is only in English, so the person probably needs to know English. The Digital Boss Academy, though, that we just invested in does have multiple languages. Again, it's not as in detailed, as in depth. I'm sorry, is that really loud? Okay, one.
It sounds like he's getting closer to the window.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me plug in my microphone, and then it won't be so bad. He's like right outside the window.
Very cool. I don't hear him at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. You don't hear it anymore?
I don't hear it in the background, but when you speak, I can hear it.
Okay, well, I'll have to just deal with that. Okay, so the Digital Boss Academy program that we just invested in does have the different languages. So it has Somali, French, Spanish, and German. So there's different things that are all in those languages.
It's going to be the most advantageous, at least in South Louisiana. When I lived in South Africa, there were a lot of Spanish people that struggled. We had some people that lived behind us that said, man, now I got a great echo. If you can take care of that echo. But had a young boy in school, and he had to interpret a lot. He learned English so fast because he was 6 or 7 years old, and he had to interpret a lot for his parents in everyday life. So that's going to be beneficial to have a program that we can introduce to our Spanish-speaking friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Selling, and my understanding of the business was that there is no selling. You don't have to make cold calls. You don't have to make DMs, but it's all automated. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so I mean, you're not technically a sales person, so to speak, but you are creating content that's telling people that you're selling stuff. But you're not like in their face, like, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. You're creating content that talks about the benefits and the features of the program. And then if people choose to move forward, they can. The great thing, and maybe sometimes not so great thing, is that content on the internet lasts forever. And so once your videos are up, as long as you don't take them down, anybody can go back and watch a video from months ago, years ago, and see what you offer. They can still go to your website that's linked in your bio. They can put in their email address and they'll get an email right away. Like I don't have to even keep creating content for somebody to stumble across my content and still go to the website, still put in their email address, and still get the ability to buy the course. Because all of those automations are already set up. You are not really required to keep working it, but obviously if you don't work it, you're probably not even going to get the same outcomes if you obviously did produce content multiple times a day. Did that answer that question?
Yeah, but do the automations cost extra? And do I have to know how to set up the automations?
Great question. So every other program I feel like I have tried there's been an upsell. There's a, hey, get this product and it's $10 a month, but you have to have it to run your business, or you have to pay for ads, or you have to do, whatever it is that's going to cost more money. Every program that I had ever been a part of, even MLMs, they had monthly costs. This has none of that. There are no recurring fees. There are no monthly expenses. It is literally a one-time fee. The email marketing campaigns that we use, that whole CRM is completely free up to, I think it's 1,000 contacts or something, 2,000 contacts. So you're not paying anything extra for that. All the use of social media is free. So you're not paying anything additional, which is a huge benefit for this business, I feel like. And you get 100% profit. So literally every time we make a sale, we make 100% of that. And The only fee that we have to pay is the payment processing fee, which just comes out of the total amount, which is like, I don't know, 4%. It's very, very minimal. So it's definitely, once you pay the initial fee to get started, to buy the program, to buy the courses, to learn all the education that there is to learn, you only have one other fee, and that's to set up your website. And there is literally a step-by-step, copy this link, upload it into your web browser, and then it's automatically published for you. And you just have to go in and edit your name and your website and all those things, like your website domain. But it's all built for you. The emails, all the emails are written for you. The whole website is written for you. You just go in and change like your specific details, and you're set up and good to go.
Okay, let's lose the microphone. It's making it very tinny and sharp, and then the lawnmower was much less. All right, so you talked about. Are you back? Okay, that's much better.
Okay.
You talked about the websites and the emails and whatnot all being built for you. Is that an additional cost for the investment in the educational package? If so, what is it? Is it monthly? You said things weren't monthly. Is it one time? How does that work?
Yeah, there's no additional costs. All that is included in the program. So the funnel, the website, the email marketing, all of that is included in the program. There's no additional costs, no monthly fees to have that running.
Well, the $29 fee is additional to the $900.
Yes, but yeah, that's, you can't buy the program without also buying that. So I guess I just kind of, that's your initial fees. There's nothing additional past that point.
Okay, all right. Let's see. What do you think of something? Going away now, worrying about your microphone. Let me think. So I don't have to be tech savvy to do this. I do not have to know how to build a website.
No, not at all. It's all done for you. As long as you can copy and paste and type your name into it, you're good.
What if I want to change those things? I don't like the way they're worded. What if I want to change them? Can I do that?
You can, yeah. So what I did for my travel business is I literally took the funnel and the website and the emails, and I changed it all to include my website, my videos, my information about the travel business. All of that I changed to create my own funnel, my own website for that stuff. So you can't, it is completely editable, but you don't have to make it functional. Like it is, it's ready to go.
Reselling the product like I am at beingpoorsucks.com, you don't change anything except the letters. Maybe I wanted to rephrase a sentence or so, but if you want to apply it towards your business that you already have, that you want to grow it, it's editable. Editable. You just plug in your information and it goes to your website and gets all that online. So that's really exciting. What are some of the things inside the package that you found the most helpful in terms of marketing? I don't know if you were a marketer before, but what did you find the most helpful?
I don't know that I would say the most helpful. I mean, well, maybe. So one thing that I found really intriguing was the faceless marketing, because I had no idea how to do that before. And there's a whole module that teaches you how to do faceless marketing if you don't want to put your face out there. That's really big on Instagram. It's probably the place that it is the most popular, is faceless marketing on Instagram. But yeah, so that's a great one. Another, like our training we had yesterday about using ChatGPT was super helpful. Like I had no idea. I guess I never would have even thought about stuff like that without that training that we did. So teaches you how to use ChatGPT to come up with hooks, how to come up with content ideas, really like anything you could need for your business, how to use ChatGPT and AI to help you grow your business. Those are probably the two that I found the most interesting.
Yeah, that's exciting. And that what I really like about the program is that it's not just here's your information, go on about your business. It's here's your information, here's the next step. And by the way, we have live interactive trainings, about 7 of them a week, that you can continue to learn and grow in this business. It's not a static package, it's a continually developing package.
Right.
Um, okay. We've talked about the training. Tell us about the cost of the business. Tell us about the cost of digital growth community, the cost of DBA, and the cost that you and I are incurring just to run an online business. Because we have now switched our model from just one product to we're focusing on growing our online business and having different things of value at different price levels for all people.
Okay, so
Beautiful.
yes, let's start with the digital growth community. We have 4 digital products within that digital growth community. So you have the first one, which is just $100. Everything comes with payment plans. So you get $100, gets you like how to set up your funnel, how to set up your website, but very minimal information past that. I think it teaches you, like how to create the content and maybe a few other things, but not a lot. The next one is $300. Again, there's payment plans, gives you all the same information from the lowest level, but then, more information. $600 level gets you even more information, and the $900 level gives you obviously all of the information along with all of the access to our weekly trainings, which we have. Is it 2 strictly legacy builder trainings a week? I know for sure it's 1. It may be 2.
I think there's 1 every week, and on some weeks we get 2.
Okay,
pretty regularly we get 2.
So you get access to a lot more training, a lot more live training, and you get obviously ton of wealth of knowledge to teach you everything you need to know about promoting yourself, your product, or your business online. Okay, so let me jump to DBA. So Digital Boss Academy has 2 streams of income. So you have volume 1 and volume 2, and volume 3 will be launching in early November, so very quickly. Volume 1 and volume 2 have a ton, they cover, I think it's almost 300 topics of different ways to earn money online, and each of them are not as in depth as the Legacy Builder program, but there is a lot of value in each of those programs. And so you can learn a little bit about a lot of different things to really give you an idea of what it is you want to do, how you want to go about doing it, and how you can just make additional income online. So volume 1 is $111. Volume 1 and 2 together is $222. So you could buy either just volume 1, or you can buy volume 1 and 2 together for $222. And then actually, from what I'm understanding, although I just got started, so volume 3 is going to be more of an affiliate model than a master resale rate model. And so we'll get 80% of the fee from volume 3 instead of 100% like you can with volume 1 and volume 2. But with any of the programs that we have, it is 100% commission. So it is a digital product. So it is an automatic download that gets sent immediately to your email. You download it, you have access to it, and you then have the ability to resell it. So right away, instantly, you have the ability to resell a product and earn 100% commission. So what that could look like is completely up to you. I mean, you could go days without not having any sales, or you could, there's one girl in this Digital Boss community, she sold 200 on her very first day as a Digital Boss Academy. So 200 times $222 is a crap ton of money. So your potential is unlimited because it is 100% income. You're not limited to how much you can sell. But there's also no guarantee. So if you're not willing to do the work and put in the effort, then you're not going to get the results. Did I cover everything?
We covered the two digital products that we've sold. Talk a little bit more about why we shifted to promoting our online business rather than just one product.
Okay, so Deborah and I feel it's very important to give people the ability. We want to help you earn money online. We want to help you find a way to monetize whatever it is that you enjoy in your life and monetize it so you have more income coming into your home. And not everybody is going to want to create content 3 times a day, going live on TikTok. Not everybody's going to want to do that. And so there are a lot of other things that you can do to have a side business, to have potential extra income coming in. And so we kind of wanted to, that's why we decided to go with DBA to help us teach people like, hey, you could start a Shopify store. You can create books on KDP. And this is all stuff we've tried. And it's all stuff that is proven to work. And so we wanted to give everybody else that knowledge to be able to try something other than just creating content online. So we kind of have opened it up to helping people earn online, whatever that is that it's going to look like for them. We're also willing to help coach you into finding whatever that niche is going to be for you, into finding whatever that business is going to be that is going to work for you. That's what we want to do. That's what we are here for now, is to teach you a way to bring extra income into your home, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah, and that was going to lead me to my next question, which is our mentorship. We have decided in October we will mentor 5 people for 3 months. If you make the purchase within the month of October, we're going to mentor you for 3 months. And in particular, that is for, when I say make the purchase, if you make a purchase of the Legacy Builder program in the digital growth community, we will expand that. If you make a purchase through us that's, I don't know, $100 or more, then we will be happy to mentor you through that for no additional charge. You just pay for the product that you're purchasing, and we're going to mentor you to success. And that mentorship, tell them a little bit about what that mentorship looks like, Jenna.
It's really going to depend on the person. So if you need daily text messages or daily phone calls to keep you accountable, we can do that for you. If you just want an email once a week that says, hey, tell me what you accomplished this week, what are your goals for next week, we can do that. If you want a monthly check-in, we can do that. So whatever it is that you feel like, and we'll also discuss like what do you think you need as opposed to what you might actually need. And so we'll discuss that and figure out what works for you and what kind of mentorship you need, and we'll go from there.
I really like the flexibility of our mentorship program, because I don't want somebody calling me daily. But that starts making me feel guilty because, you know, a kid broke their leg and I had to carry it in the hospital and I didn't get my work done. It starts making me feel guilty. But to have that resource, and that's part of what we'll provide you with, is the resource. Both of our phone numbers, can either text or call either one of us at any time. That's the first thing in the mentorship. And then after that, what it looks like is totally up to you. You get to decide what you need or want from us, and we're going to help you get to where you want to be in your business without any feelings of guilt, just some accountability. But whatever.
Right.
And we talked around this, Jenna, but I'd like for you to tell again, and I don't know if we did it in the interview style, tell us again what the difference is in affiliate network, master resale rights, and private label rights.
Okay. So affiliates, and way you earn affiliate dollars is by promoting somebody else's products and they pay you a portion of the proceeds. So most affiliates are around 10, 15, 20%. Sorry, he's right outside the window, so it's probably really loud again.
It's fine.
So affiliate, you're just getting a portion of that. But master resale rights, you get 100% of whatever it is you're selling. So 90% of that's, I mean, I think it's gotta be a digital product or else, right? Like, yeah. So you get 100% of whatever the fee is for the digital product directly to your bank account. And what you're doing is taking whatever that digital product is and just reselling it exactly as is for the exact price that they're allowing you to resell it for. PLR is private label rights. So you have the right to change whatever you want to change it, change the colors, change the videos, change the actual content. It's more like a template for you, even though it's all given. So you could choose not to change any of it, but you can, and then you can resell it for however much money you want to resell it for, because it's your private label. It is your, if you're familiar with like creating your own, which most people probably aren't, but if you're familiar with like creating your own brand, you can get a white label of a moisturizer and you put your own label on it and resell it as your own. That's the same concept. Sorry.
If you'll share a little bit to our followers and our people that are watching, and tell them a little bit about how we met, how we got in business together, and why it's been beneficial for both of us.
Okay, so Deborah and I started in business together because we were flipping houses. We met through a real estate investment group meetup, and we had the same education as far as flipping houses was concerned, and we both didn't want to do it alone because we were scared. And so we decided, hey, let's try this together. We had a third partner to begin with, but she's a doctor, her life got busy. And so Deborah and I kind of stuck to each other. We had a lot of the same values. We had a lot of the same mindset. We had a lot of things in common. And so that's when we started flipping houses together, and we realized that we don't like doing anything alone. And so everything from that point forward, we have done together. And it's worked really, really well for us because we balance each other very well, but we also keep each other motivated and keep each other on task. And so I encourage anybody, if you are thinking about a business, but you are scared, is to find a friend or maybe a coworker or something that you feel like would be a good fit, which Deborah did create a video on how to find a partner. So I encourage you to go watch that video, but find somebody else to start with you and do it together, because that's going to be the best motivation, because it's not just you counting on you, it's somebody else counting on you too.
Right. And the only thing I would add to that is the best videos on YouTube. You can find it here on TikTok, I think. But on YouTube, it talks about the 5 different values, the 5 things you need to look for in a partner. And you might think, oh, let me go out and find someone who's exactly like me. That really doesn't work yet, because you'll always do the fun things and nobody does the hard thing. So you want to find someone who's a little bit different than you so that you merge together. Jenna has more technical skills than I do. I have a whole lot more age and wisdom than she does. And we just merged together. Even when we were flipping houses, she would say, I don't think we need to spend money on that. And I would say, I wouldn't buy a house that didn't have that in it. And depending upon what level house we were doing, we had to decide where to land. And so we've been very good balance for each other. So when you're looking for a business partner, there's a whole gamut of things to look for. But I think to me that was the most important. Although I didn't know that when we started, to find somebody opposite of you, that you both bring something different to the table, because that is important. So Jenna, I have run out of questions to ask. Thank y'all for joining us.